right. So finding whatever we need for our practice today, sitting in the chair, grabbing our chair. We're gonna do half chair, half regular today. So we'll do about 20 minutes on the chair, and then we will get off and do the rest of our practice on the mat or standing. But we are sitting on the center of our chair, front center of our chair, sitting ourselves up tall, lengthening up through our torso. Oh, that feels good. Let's begin to roll those shoulders back. So rolling that out. If there's any tension, any tightness, any soreness. And as always, if you are dealing with injury, getting over an injury, getting over an illness, anything like that, and you need the support of the chair, feel free to use it. Go back against it anytime you need to. Let's go ahead and roll those shoulders forward. That's what the chair is there for, and it can be there for you when we do the regular practice later on. You can have that chair like within arm's distance to hold on to. Let's go ahead and shrug shoulders up to the ears, and then release that down, and shrug that up, and release that down, and shrug that up, and release that down. Good. Shake that out. Inhale and sweep it up. So big sun breath up, and exhale it out. And again, inhale and sweep it up, and exhale it out. And inhale and sweep this up. As we exhale, let's go ahead and either hold on to the back of the seat of the chair or clasp your hands behind you. And my shoulders just totally popped there. Opening up that chest, opening up those shoulders, opening up chest muscles, opening up shoulder joints, shoulder muscles, lengthening through arms, through biceps, triceps. Let's look to the left and then look to the right. Good, bring that back to center, drop our chin to chest. Oh yeah. And then take our eyes to sky. Bring that head to neutral, release our arms. Inhale and sweep this up. Drop our right hand down to right side of the chair. Reach over. Oh, get that nice lean right here. Lengthening through the left side of the body. From fingers all the way down. Reaching, lengthening. Nice. Maybe you're looking up. That feels really good for that neck. If you can look up. And then look down towards the floor. Good. Let's inhale and sweep this up. Other side, dropping that left hand down. Reach this over. Reaching that, leaning into that. Stretching through the right side of the body. Maybe looking up towards the hand and looking down towards the floor. Oh, so good for the neck as well. Inhale and sweep this up. Bring those hands to prayer. Lean over to the right here. Lean to the left. Good, bring this back to center. Clasp our hands, press our palms towards the ceiling. Lengthen through the torso, lengthen through our arms. Let's do a few side breaths here to engage our autonomic nervous system. Inhale, breathe it in. Big sigh out. And inhale it in. Big sigh out. One more time. Inhale it deeply. And exhale, big sigh out. And if you have any congestion going on, that was probably impossible for you to do, but that's okay. Bring those arms out in front of you. Take those hands out. Rotate our wrists. Because it took me weeks to be able to do the side breath after my last cold without choking and coughing and spitting and yeah, good. Pointing those fingers down, pointing our fingers up, pointing those fingers down, pointing those fingers up, pointing those fingers down, and pointing those fingers up. Let's open this up, palms up, make some fists, roll our knuckles in, exaggerated bicep curl, seated cat and cow. So we're going to arch around the spine. Let's go ahead and open this up chest is open, back is arched. That feels really good. And then we're going to round this chin to chest, elbows. Maybe you're trying to get those elbows together. Let's add that breath. Inhale and open. And exhale and round. Inhale and open. 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 And exhale and round. Bring this back to neutral. Spine is neutral. Open this up. Palms down. Release that down. Roll those shoulders back. And roll those shoulders forward. Inhale and sweep this up. Let's go ahead, seated forward fold. Dive it down and over. Have your blocks where you want them for some support. Let's inhale, lengthen through our arms here. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep this up. As we exhale, let's drop our right or left hand to our right thigh. Right hand reaches, to the back of the seat of the chair. So good. Seated spinal twist. Our first little spinal twist of the practice. Let's breathe it here. Inhale. And exhale it out. And inhale. And exhale it out. Good. Inhale and sweep it center. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Let's take our right hand to the outside of our left thigh. Left hand to the back of the seat of the chair. Use that back of the chair as leverage to twist into this nice seated spinal twist. Let's breathe. Inhale it deeply. And exhale it out. Feels really good on that rib cage. Oh, all those muscles throughout that whole rib cage, front rib cage and back rib cage. Inhale it again. And exhale it out. Good, bring this back to center. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep this up. Good, release our arms to our sides. Kind of move your blocks off to the side. We're gonna keep using the blocks though. So have them where you can grab them still, but we're gonna lift our legs as well. So we're gonna lift ourselves up into a staff pose. Let's lengthen up through this. Nice deep breath here. Inhale it deeply. And exhale it out. One more time. Big deep inhale. And exhale it out. Releasing our arms. Let's go ahead and curl our legs in and extend our legs out. We're going to go for 8. Curl this in and extend. There's 8. Curl this in and extend. There's 7. Actually 9. Curl this in and extend. There's 6. Curl this in and extend. There's 5. Curl this in and extend. There's 4. Curl this in and extend. There's 3. Curl this in and extend. There's 2. Curl this in and hold our extension. Go ahead and point those toes and flex those feet and point those toes and flex those feet and point our toes and flex our feet. And we're going to release our feet back to the floor, sitting ourselves up tall. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Holding this here. Let's press our right hand into block, lifting our left arm up and open. Now, left arm might not be able to go very high because it's our first twist with our arm and our opening of our shoulder. So we're going to do a couple of them. So don't worry if you don't have any, if your mobility, is not where it normally is. It's okay because you're still warming it up. Go ahead and release that and relax. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep this up. Release our arms to our sides. Lift our legs up. Lengthen back up here. Breathe it here. 2 breaths. Inhale it deeply. And exhale it out. One more time. Big deep inhale. And exhale it out. Good. Go ahead and curl this in and extend. There's 8. Curl this in and extend. There's 7. Curl this in and extend. There's 6. My legs are burning. Curl this in and extend. There's 5. Curl this in and extend. There's 4. Curl this in and extend. There's 3. Curl this in and extend. There's 2. Curl this in. And let's hold this extension. Point those toes, flex those feet. Point those toes, flex those feet. Point those toes, flex those feet. Point those toes and flex those feet. Release our legs down. Scoot yourself forward. Lengthen through our legs and get a nice stretch here. A nice long-legged stretch. Hamstring stretch and quadricep stretch here. Ah, very good. So lengthening through that. Good, and now we can just scoot ourselves back. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Hold this here. Right or left hand is going to press into that block. Right arm is going to open up. Oh, yeah. And breathe. Good. Release that here. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep this up. As we exhale, let's clasp those hands behind us again, or you're holding onto the back of the chair, opening up that chest, opening up the shoulders, opening up the pectoralis, our chest muscles, our shoulders. Let's look to the right and look to the left. Head back to center, drop our chin to chest, and then lift our eyes to sky. Head to neutral. Release our arms. Good. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Let's hold this lengthened here. Right hand into block. Left arm opens. Breathe it here. Inhale. And exhale it out. Nice deep inhale. And exhale it out. Release that. Relax. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Left hand presses into that block. Right arm opens. And we've got 2 wonderful breaths here. And this spinal twist to the right with that right arm lifted. Breathe it here. Inhale. And exhale it out. And inhale it deeply. And exhale it out. And release that. Very nice. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Bring our hands to prayer. Exhale our hands to heart. Inhale and lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Bring our hands to prayer. Exhale our hands to heart. Hold this here. Sitting ourselves up tall. We're going to go into a seated spinal twist with our right elbow going to our left thigh. So up tall, inhale it deeply. As we exhale, we hinge forward and we twist it, twisting it to the left. Right elbow or right tricep is going to that left thigh. Maybe that head is lower than those hands or lower than the heart a little bit. Maybe. We've got a little bit of an inversion going on here. Oh, that feels so good for that torso and that rib cage. For the scapula too, for those shoulders. Very nice. Bring this back to center. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep up. Bring our hands to prayer. Exhale our hands to heart. Good. Sit up tall. Inhale it deeply. Exhale, hinge, and twisting to the other side. So left elbow is going over to that right thigh or left tricep. That's the goal, at least. If you can't get it there, that's okay. You listen to your body, you go where your body is going to let you go today. Every day is different. Breathe it here, inhale, and exhale it out. Ooh. That feels especially good too. On the scapula, those angel wings. Good. Bring ourselves back to center. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep this up. And release our arms to our sides. Good. Let's go ahead and bring our right leg up onto the seat of the chair. Take our left leg off to the side. Just that right there. So good. Such a good stretch. For that inner thigh, for that leg. That toe, ankle, you can be working on your ankle mobility and have your toe facing inwards, or you can have your toe out, whatever feels best for you in this position for your ankle today. And whatever your goal is for your workout, for your practice today. Let's lengthen center here, those nice goalpost arms to this gate pose. Let's drop our right hand down to the right side of the seat of the chair. And let's lengthen over with that left arm. So good. Such a good side stretch here. Getting so much work done right there. Breathe it. Inhale and exhale. Very nice. Let's windmill this. Windmill that arm to the thigh, either front thigh or back thigh, but remember no pressure on that kneecap. So thigh. And let's reach this over. So lengthening over to that left side. Ooh. Feel that right there. Very nice. And breathe. Inhaling and exhaling. Very good. And then let's release that. Let's turn this into a supported pigeon. So front leg is nice and supported in that perfect piriformis stretch, this figure 4 thing for the hip flexor. Our back leg stays active, stays awake, stays alive, heel stays lifted. Let's reach up through our arms here. Good, breathing that, inhaling and exhaling. And we've got our nice forward fold. So whatever your fold looks like for you, maybe it's on your hands, maybe it's on your elbows, maybe it is all the way forward, or maybe it's all the way forward with the support of a block. I love to use a block here. I'm sure, oh yeah, I should be working on going all the way forward, but I like to use a block too much. Back heel stays lifted, leg stays lengthened. Let's breathe it here. Inhale and exhale. Wonderful. Good, keep breathing here and enjoy this forward fold. Let's bring ourselves back up and lengthen back up through this. Good, this breathing, this movement, working through the joints, working through the muscles. These twisting movements that we do, the breath along with these movements, so good for all the systems of the body. The lymphatic system, the circulatory system, your musculoskeletal system, so good. Nervous system, that's an asterisk, the big star by that one, yes, good. Bring ourselves back to center, and let's scoot ourselves over to the other side. So let's bring that left leg up onto the seat of the chair. Take our right leg off to the side, and however you worked your ankle on the other side, you want to do it the same thing on this side too. So I'm trying to remember what I think I just had it. I had a neutral ankle, so I'm just doing neutral today, not working on the toe coming in. Neutral ankle, lengthen up through that into this nice gate pose. We've got those strong goalpost arms, lifting up through that. Maybe you have one side that cramps. I do. This side cramps way, the other side never does. So maybe you have one side that does that. If you need to shake it out, then shake it out whenever you need to do that. Let's go ahead and drop that left hand to the left side of the body or left side of the chair, and let's reach this over. Get that nice long stretch right here. Lengthen through that. And breathe. Good. Let's go and windmill this arm and reach over. Remember, we want that hand on the thigh, back of the thigh, front of the thigh, but not on the knee. No knee joint here. Be kind to those joints, and they will be kind to you. Breathe it. Good, let's go ahead and release that. Turn ourselves into this nice pigeon. Our supported pigeon, where we have this wonderful piriformis stretch for our hip. Getting that block ready for when we do our forward fold. Our back leg is active, stays active, heel stays lifted. Let's reach up through those arms, reach up through that torso, through that body. And then we can forward fold it here to whatever that forward fold looks like for you. Hands, elbows all the way down. But whatever you did on the other side, that's your goal for this side. You want to make sure that you are doing balanced on each side of the body. Breathe that in. Inhale and exhale. And again, big deep inhale. And exhale it out. Good, bring ourselves up. Lift up through that. Reach, very nice. Good. And release that. And you're like, why aren't we doing our warrior poses on a chair? Because we're gonna do our warrior poses standing today. Let's go ahead and take our blocks to the inside of our leg or feet. Take our right hand to that right block and let's twist open. Get a wonderful wide-legged spinal twist here. Breathe it. And let's inhale and sweep this up. Take this down, other side. Reach that up. And inhale this up. And release that. Good. Go ahead and place those blocks. You want them within reaching distance still. We're not done with them yet today. But let's still seated in our chair, at the front edge of our chair, center of our chair. Let's inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Actually, yeah, we'll need them right now. So I'm gonna grab those blocks if you're using blocks. Let's press our feet into the floor. We're gonna lift our glutes up off the chair into our first standing forward fold. So good for those legs. Feel the backs of those legs, hamstrings, calves, glutes, that back, that spine. Feels so good. Let's inhale, flat back, look forward, tabletop. Exhale and release. Take a seat back in the chair. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Lift our glutes up off of the chair, standing forward fold. Inhale, flat back, look forward, tabletop. Exhale, release. Take a seat back in that chair. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Lift our glutes up off the chair. Standing forward, fold. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale, release. We're going to stay in the standing forward fold. Now we go up into a nice mountain pose. So let's inhale and sweep our arms up nice and big. Sweep this up and exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. This time we add our cactus arms. As you exhale, cactus those arms back, imagining your shoulder blades can touch. Inhale and lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Cactus those arms back. As we have our cactus arms, we hold them here. Take our legs wide. So now we've got a wide leg, wide arm. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive this down and over. Oh yeah, wide leg and forward fold. Maybe you felt that in a little bit different place. In the hamstrings, in the inner thighs. I felt it like right behind my knees. So good. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Cactus those arms back. Good. Take our toes out. So now we've got a plie position going on. We're going to take ourselves down and then lift ourselves up. 5-pointed star. Let's go for 8 of these plie squats in this 5-pointed star. Let's go for 8 and extend. And maybe your booty touches the chair. That's okay. Take this down and extend. There's 7. Take this down and extend, there's 6. Take this down and extend, there's 5. Take this down and extend, there's 4. Take this down and extend, there's 3. Take this down and extend, there's 2. Take this down and extend, there's 1. Very nice. Hold this 5-pointed star. Enjoy that opening right there. This is the Christmas pose right here, your 5-pointed star. Good. Go ahead and release our arms to our sides, roll our shoulders back, and then we can bring our legs in. Turn our chair. Which way do I want it to go? Yeah, turn our chair so that our seat is facing towards us. Let's go into a modified warrior 3. So we're going to go ahead and take our hands onto the seat of our chair, or you can hold on to the side of the chair. We're going to press our left foot into the floor, lift our right leg up. So here is your modified warrior 3. We are lengthening here, and because we are supported here, you get to focus on your hips squaring down towards the floor, and the strengthening and the stretching in that standing leg, breathing this here. Good. So we're going to take ourselves, if it's available to you, to your elbows. If you can go elbows to the seat of the chair, then we're taking ourselves to elbows to the seat of the chair. Our back foot is flexed, so our foot that is lifted in the air, and maybe that leg's burning like mine. And then let's go ahead and lift those hands back up. So we're right back there. And then bring that leg down. And then you can release that here. Oh, into a forward fold, a supported forward fold. Like, why is that so much better than just the one leg? And it's easier to have our elbows down because this is a resting pose right here, relaxing that head and neck. Good. Let's bring our hands back up onto the seat of the chair. You're either holding onto that chair or your hands are just seated or pressed into the seat of the chair. Let's press that right foot into the floor. Lift our left leg. This side is harder. Might be the same for you. One side might be more difficult than the other. Very normal. Very normal. Trying to square our hips towards the floor. So trying to make that nice and square, because oftentimes it can feel like that hip is opening way off to the side. It's probably not, it just feels that way, but you really want to square that. If you're having trouble with that, maybe take that toe and point it inwards. That can be helpful too. But from here, we're going to take ourselves down to our elbows. There is the challenge. There is the burn. There is the stretch of the hamstring. Goodness gracious. Breathe it here and press ourselves back up. And then release that leg down. And relax that here into that forward fold. Very good. And breathe. Good. Bring ourselves up. Let's move our chair off to the side. We're going to do some sun salutations here. So we're going to find ourselves at the front of our mats. Yeah, grab your blocks. Bring those blocks with you. There we go. All right. So let's inhale and sweep those arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Hands right to those blocks. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale and release. We're going to take both of our feet back into a top of plank right here. A nice top of plank, nice and strong. Let's go ahead and shift our weight forward, drop to fronts of the knees, uncurl our toes. Heart goes down to the floor, heart lifts up off of the floor. Baby cobra. Oh, goodness. Curl our toes under, lift and press. A downward facing dog right here. And if you have congestion, I'm so sorry, but at the same time, this is going to feel so much better later on. If you've got a headache or if you've got other stuff going on, this is, yeah, it's just intense. Walk our feet to meet our hands. Standing forward, fold. Front edge of our mat. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale, release, both feet back, top of plank. Very good. Nice top of plank. Shift our weight forward, drop to fronts of the knees, uncurl our toes. Heart goes down, heart lifts up, baby cobra. For that low back. Curl our toes under, lift and press. Downward facing dog and breathe. If you can. Remembering our downward facing dog or our child's pose. This is always our home base. This is where we're trying to get, this is where you can catch your breath, fix things, figure things out. If you ever need to take a break, downward facing dog or child's pose are great places to be. And then you just rejoin when you're ready. Let's walk our feet to meet our hands. Standing forward, fold, front edge of our mat. Let's inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Adding on, let's exhale it around into a chair. Good. Holding here in chair. Bring our hands to our heart. Let's take our right foot back. Drop our heel. Open ourselves up into warrior two. Very nice. So we've got our nice warrior two. Proud warrior. Good. So holding ourselves in our proud warrior, see, without the chair. If you need the chair, you can have it. You can be moving that chair around with you. You can be up against the wall, holding onto the wall, whatever you need to do for your practice today. Drop our back arm, take our palm up, peaceful warrior. Let's reach up through this and lengthen and breathe. Nice breath, nice reaching, nice lengthening. And then bring this back into proud warrior, warrior two. Let's release that front leg. Both of our legs are straight now. We're going to take ourselves into our triangle. So tilting ourselves down. You really want to take that hip, tilt that over, and lengthen through the torso. Reach through that. Hand can be to that shin, or I like to use a block here because I like to really, really work on my inner thigh and stretching through that so that the support of the block helps me to press my pelvis forward and open, spiral that inner thigh out, open that up more than when I just have my hand on my shin. And breathe. And we practiced our warrior three with the chair. Now we get to do it without the chair. So let's bring this up, release our arms, walk our back foot in, heel toe, so that we're narrowing our legs. Let's turn ourselves, turn our torso, and then let's go ahead and move ourselves into a warrior three, if you can, without the chair. If you need the chair, then go and reach for that chair or reach for the wall. But try and work on maybe your balance without the chair. And that may mean that you are tilting. You're like one of those little birds, those little like plastic garden birds with the water dipping. Or you're just working on that balance. Maybe the practice that we did with the chair has helped you, given you a little bit more strength. Or maybe it did not help. Maybe it made you more tired. You're like, why do I have to do this twice? So now you can work on your own balance or the support of the chair. Let's go ahead and hinge this up and then place our foot next to our other foot. We'll find ourselves in a nice tall mounted. Reach those arms up. Inhale. Exhale, dive it down and over. We've got both those blocks. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale and release. Both feet back, top of plank. Nice. Shift our weight. Drop to fronts of the knees. Uncurl our toes. Heart goes down. Heart lifts up. Curl our toes under. Lift and press. Downward facing dog. Enjoy this down dog. Down dog is also one of these ones that if you're super stressed, I know it's not really feasible if you've got a house full of people and it's like crazy chaotic wherever you're at, but this is one of those ones that if you could run off to another room and do a downward facing dog for a few moments, a few breaths, it can be super helpful in renewal of your mind and then giving you just yeah, a few moments of peace. Rejuvenating. Very nice. Let's walk those feet to meet those hands. Standing forward, pull. I'm not even congested, and it's making me congested being upside down like that. Let's inhale, flat back, move forward. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep this up. Exhale it around to chair. Good. All right. What we just did on the right side, we're going to do on the left side. Let's bring our hands to our heart. Let's go ahead and take our left leg back. Drop our heel. Open ourselves up. Warrior two. Proud warrior. Breathe. Very, very nice. Breathing that very strong. Let's drop that back arm. Take our palm up. Peaceful warrior here. And breathe. And let's go ahead and release that leg. Both of our legs straight. Tilt our hip over and take ourselves down into that triangle pose. Oh, yeah. Oh. That inner thigh lengthening, twisting open. Torso is also lengthening. Nice, strong, long arms. Breathe. And let's bring ourselves up. Release our arms. Walk our back foot in so that we narrow that stance. And let's go to our warrior three. So whatever that looks like for you. You may be having your hands on your backs. You may be having your toe on the floor, arms lifted. You may have your arms out, or you may be holding onto that chair. Whatever you did on the other side, try and work on that on this side. So working on that balance, this takes a lot of core strength, a lot of leg strength, a lot of strength. And you are doing it, whatever it looks like for you. Oh, yeah. And let's go ahead and hinge this into that standing mountain pose. Inhale and lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale and release. Both feet back, top of plank. Shift our weight forward, drop the front of the knees, uncurl our toes. Heart goes down, heart lifts up. Curl our toes under, lift down, press. Downward facing dog. And breathe. Again. Enjoy this breathing in this inversion, the head being lower than the heart. Or maybe don't enjoy it. But know that it's doing beneficial things for you if you're feeling that pain from congestion. Good, let's walk our feet to meet our hands. Inhale and sweep this up. Release our arms to our sides. Let's grab both of those blocks, take our feet nice and wide to the wide edge of our mat. Take those blocks to the middle. And let's see, let's have our toes inwards. Toes facing inwards, yes. There we go, because we want to protect our knees. So let's inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Super wide leg, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, look forward. So we've got our nice lengthened arms, lengthened legs. Maybe your blocks are up high. Maybe, yeah, maybe they're up high, the highest that they can go. I think that is what feels good for me today. My toes are inwards, hands are on those blocks. Let's press into our right hand, right block. Let's twist this open. So just like we do when we're sitting in the chair, we've got that shoulder mobility going on. We've got that torso mobility, flexibility, twisting, getting so many things here. Release and relax right there. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep this up nice and big. Exhale, dive it down and over. Keep those wide legs. Very good. Keep those toes kind of pointing inwards. They can be pointing straight forward too, but you want a slight inversion just because, yeah, this protects the knee joints. Let's inhale, flat back, look forward. Let's take that left hand into the block and open up that right side. Good. Very nice, and breathe. A lot of twisting. These twisting movements, twisting poses with this breathing will be super helpful if there is a lot of stress going on, if there's a lot of tension going on, if things are stressful, or if you're going to be sitting down for a long period of time too. Having this all twisted out is going to feel a lot better. Go ahead and release that and relax. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep this up. Good. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, lengthen. Very nice. Let's keep that right hand into that block once again. Lift with that left, but this time we're going to go ahead and thread our arm through, right through to that right shin. Now, maybe your hand can stay on that block, or maybe you need to move yourself back a little bit, move your arm back a little bit. You can do that too. I needed to move it back a little. Oh, because yeah, this is a game of Twister right here. Threading that arm through. Very good. And then let's release that. Relax that into that forward fold. Maybe your head can relax onto those blocks or onto those hands. Let's inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale and release. Sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Good. Inhale, flat back, look forward. And if your feet keep moving like mine keep, like they keep sliding, just fix them. You're good. All right, let's press that left hand into block. Twist our right arm open. And then we thread it through. So right hand goes to that left shin. And maybe you need to move that block. This side I actually don't. So that's good awareness to have. Checking as you're going through the practice, as you're doing these things, making sure, am I doing the same thing on both sides? I did not. And so that makes me aware that there's some imbalance going on in my shoulders and my back. Just curiosity, not trying to fix, just being curious and aware. Breathing it here. And then release that. Good. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep this up. And let's go ahead, cactus our arms, take our toes out, and let's do 8 more of, because it's Christmas, if you don't fall over, it's like don't close your eyes like I just did, because then you'll fall over. We'll do 5-pointed star, our Christmas pose. Let's take our toes out. Now we're going to take our arms up. Yeah, I keep closing my eyes. Stop. All right, take this in and bring this up. Let's take this down. Nice plie and extend. And that breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale it down and exhale it up. Inhale it down and exhale it up. One more. Inhale it down and exhale it up. Inhale it down and exhale it up. 2 more. Inhale it down and exhale it up. 1 more. Inhale it down and exhale it up. Very nice. Good 5-pointed stars. So good plies. Shake that out. let's bring our chair, grab that chair again. We're gonna bring ourselves down for our final inversion. One of my favorites, our modified shoulder stand. I love the modified shoulder stand. Or you can have your hand or your legs up against the wall, but we are scooting close to that chair, grabbing whatever you need for final relaxation as well. So if you use an eye pillow, if you use blankets, if you use pillows, grabbing those things too for when we get there. But let's go ahead and take our legs up onto the seat of the chair, scoot our glutes super close to that chair, that seat. Take our block, place it underneath our sacrum. So we want it underneath where our belt is at. And let's go dying bug first. So let's lift those legs up, reach up through our arms. So flattening through our scapula. So our shoulder blades are kind of flattening into the floor. But at the same time, you're imagining that your arms are almost being like lifted out of their sockets. So hands, it's like Frankenstein or dying bug. Hands are reaching for those feet, and feet are lengthened to the ceiling. So dead bug right here, or dying bug. Maybe flatten through the scapula a little bit more to release that, but not release the arms, just release the shoulders. Arms are still lifted, legs are still lifted, and those toes can be pointing and flexing, ankles. So yes, we're dying bugs, we're not dead yet. So rotating that, and maybe your fingers are rotating, or yeah, doing some spirit fingers there. Keeping our legs up, now we can open our arms off to the side, shoulders rotated open, palms facing up, and breathe. I love this. I love the legs in the air. Feels so good, especially with that support of the block. If your block has a very sharp edge, always feel free to have a blanket over your block when you do this supported pose, this modified shoulder stand. You can always do that. You can do that whenever you need to with anything. With any of our supports that we use, blocks, anytime, if anything ever feels painful or uncomfortable, use pillows, use blankets, use things to help you in your practice to get you further along. It's not cheating. Your body's still doing the work. So is your brain. So is your breath. It's still working. Still doing it. Just with a little bit of more comfort. Yeah. Good. Go ahead and release the legs. Oh, so good. Take that right ankle to that left thigh. Go ahead and press that inner right thigh away. Oh, our nice piriformis right there. We did a couple good piriformis things today. Yeah. Lots of good plies. Very nice. Release that. Go ahead and take that to the other side. So left ankle to right thigh, or yeah, left ankle to right thigh. Press that left inner thigh away. And release that. Very nice. Let's take that block out from underneath us. Let's go ahead and scooch that chair. Grab what you need for final relaxation. That's going. So if you use an eye pillow, an EYE pillow, go ahead and grab that, a regular pillow or blanket. And let's lengthen through our legs towards one end of the room, reach through our fingers towards the other. You can put that eye pillow over your eyes and just enjoy the heaviness and the darkness from that eye pillow. It helps block so many things out, but also that pressure can feel really good on the face. We're lengthening, imagining somebody is pulling at your wrists, somebody else pulling at your ankles. Lengthen through that body, reach, 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 breathe. Maybe yawn. Oh, adding an inch or two here. Let's take a deep inhale. And with an exhale, allow yourself to sink and settle. Let those feet fall open. Arms are open. And breathe. This may be the only slow or quiet moment you get today or tomorrow. Know that those moments don't have to not happen. If you're, again, if there's chaos going on, excuse yourself to another room and take a breath or two if you need it. That is your power over the situation. That's your upper hand. Relaxing, go ahead and bend those knees. And maybe tuck your tailbone under if that works for you. If you've got like lordosis or you've got other things going on where your back doesn't flatten, that's okay. You're just kind of tucking that tailbone under for a neutral pelvis right there. And then let's drop both of our knees over to our most comfortable side. Take ourselves onto our sides for a breath or two. And nice and slowly, let's begin to bring ourselves up, press ourselves up into a seated pose that feels supportive and strong for you. And go ahead and lengthen up through your spine. So get a nice tall spine, stack each vertebrae, that head lifting up. So good there too. Let's inhale and sweep this up. Bring our palms together and exhale, eyes following our fingers. Take our chin to chest. Lift that head center, take our fingers to forehead. As we leave today, let us think thoughts of truth. Take our fingers to our lips. As we leave today, let us speak words of love. Take our hands to our hearts. As we leave today, let our lives be a light of truth and a light of love, having hearts of compassion and mercy, knowing that we have not been given a spirit of fear, but the spirit of love and a sound and peaceful mind. Inhale it deeply. And exhale. Again, big deep inhale. And a big cleansing exhale. And thank you for joining me for the practice today. Have a blessed rest of your day. Have a blessed Christmas Eve and a good Christmas day. Remember, excuse yourself off to a room and go breathe if you need it. You can do it.